Okay, everybody, this is my next filtration tank project. I have two tanks, both 6-foot, 100-gallon tanks. I have this one right here, and this one is upside down, covered in stuff, right there. Now, using basically the standard iron stand that these tanks you can get for these tanks. The standard iron stand has a lower ring, and I'm going to have the tank that is in camera shot right now be an entire filtration tank displayed underneath the tank that is up top. The tank that is up top will be a designed turtle tank for those two turtles and a very small 30-gallon tank. They will get a nice big setup. So what I'm going to have is basically a setup like this. Fluidized sand bed, fluidized bio balls. I'm going to make it a little bit more fancier. This was my first attempt at a fluidized system, and lots of trial and error there, but I didn't do everything in a precise order, so things were hard to do. As I came across the trial and error, now that I know what needs to be done, I'm going to go ahead and make a really nice one and basically make it a display tank. When I get to the refugium part, I'm going to basically do a designed refugium that is meant for display and showcase. So this is for my piranha tank, and in-depth explanation on that setup is in previous videos on my channel. So coming back over to this tank, again, this is a 6-foot 100-gallon. They're both 6-foot 100 gallons. They will be basically bed bunk, one right on top of the other, and the system will have the filtration coming straight down from the bottom of the one tank. I'm going to drill holes directly into the bottom and put pipes in there. The pipes will go up to the water level, and it'll come into here. This will be the fluidized bio ball system, or excuse me, fluidized sand bed system. I drew up a few designs, trying to come up with the one I wanted the best, and the one I circled here is the one that I like the best. Again, the designs are to keep sand in the appropriate area instead of getting pushed out with water flow and possible air bubbles through the rest of your system. So this is basically step one. Both these tanks I got off Craigslist. This tank here was a Christmas present from my sister, and then the tank in the back there was 75 bucks that I picked off Craigslist. Both of them needed a little TLC. This one has been re-siliconed. Whoever did it obviously looked up how to do it online and followed the instructions and didn't quite get the timing right, because you can see that they have a lot of glop in the corners and whatnot. You can see in the glue that they basically have this lip here. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Okay, a lip like that on silicone, and down here, these lips. Those are actually caused by, if you take like painter's tape and tape the edges of the corners and then silicone in so you don't like spread silicone everywhere, if you don't immediately remove that tape, you end up with the silicone drying a little bit, and then when you remove the tape, it just kind of molds the silicone into a flap. Because you're not pulling off the silicone, you're just basically creating a lip where the tape was. So you can tell that whoever resealed this tank tried to do it properly, looked up the information how to do it online, and this is probably the first tank they've resealed, is my guess. The other tank I resealed just to make sure that it was going to last. So this is step one. Step one, after cleaning it and giving it some TLC. I'm not going to re-silicone this one. This one will hold up just fine. The fact that it's got those lips isn't going to bother me, since this is the filtration part. The turtles won't be down here clawing up or chewing on it or nothing, so that's no big deal. So step one is my acrylic sheets. That's got the protection cover on it. Those things come off and it ends up being clear like that. Cutting the acrylic sheets into the measurements I need to make my baffles and my sand traps and my bioball traps. That is step one. So I have just stuff kind of everywhere on the floor here, and I am starting with my sand bed trap. And once I get all that set up and siliconed in, I will shoot another video and go to the next step, basically. Alright guys, bye.